I would like to say that it doesn't matter how or why you got here and here right now, but today is the first day of the rest of your life. Hey, my name's Kevin with Diary of a Chubby Yogi. And I want to give a big shout out to my buddy Stonewizzard. Thanks mate for inspiring this video. Today we're going to tackle some yoga for heavier set people. Sometimes yoga can be very intimidating. It almost feels like it's a bit of a secret society of tall, thin, lithe people, and that's one of the reasons why I originally started my channel, was to stop this preconception that yoga is only for a select bunch of people. It's a wonderful practice, both physically and mentally. It can change your life, and it's just doing it little steps at a time that we can start to build up something bigger, better, and make a more stronger and beautiful you. I don't like that, because you're beautiful already. I don't want to make a more beautiful you. I just want you to recognize the fact that you are beautiful. And you are. I mean, we are created as such wonderful creatures, with this wonderful mishmash of bone and muscle and sinew and blood and stuff. And we've been given one of the most beautiful gifts that can ever be given. We've been given the gift of life. And it doesn't matter what size you are, we all have that same gift. And it's how we use it, it's how we initiate, and how we take our steps forward that turn us into the people that we are. Welcome to the lounge. We're going to start doing our yoga, believe it or not, just sitting on the couch. First of all, I'd like you to get your shoes and socks off. Let's get the feet nice and flat onto the ground. Spread the toes nice and wide, lift them up, and then gently just relax them down. We're going to find 3 locks in the body. So you're going to want to sit up nice and tall. Posture is very, very important. And you may even find that starting to get the right posture may already be a little bit difficult. But you know, we start with little increments and slowly we can build them up. Even if we start 5 minutes a day, it's a little bit that can really help. So finding Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha and Jalandhara Bandha. Now these are 3 locks. Bandha means a lock. Mula Bandha means root, your root lock. And that is where we're going to start our foundations from. If you've ever looked at any sort of philosophy, we've got Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Right on the bottom, your base needs, survival, food, that all rides down here. And Mula, that's our root. To the will to survive, that's where it sits. We find that, we activate that by the idea of bladder control. So like if you desperately need to pee and you're holding that in, that's kind of what you want to find in those lower muscles. That's how you activate it. Sure, I'm going to get a lot of yogis going, oh, but it's so much more complicated than that. But we're not worried about complicated shit now. We're just starting. So that's how we find that. Bladder control. Pull that in. And even if you just want to use it with your breath, so you inhale, give it a squeeze, and exhale, let it go. Inhale, give that a squeeze, and exhale, let that go. Nobody else is going to be able to see what you're doing. You can do this exercise in the office, you can do it while sitting on the couch, you can do it while on the bus, and just simply starting to connect with that lower core. That's really going to help, and that's really going to, even if you just sit and do that for 5 minutes in a day, squeezing and releasing, it'll really help. It's a great place to start. The next one we find is Uddiyana Bandha. Uddiyana means to raise. So as we find Mula Bandha, the sensation of peeing, pull that in, we find Uddiyana Bandha. Uddiyana, we activate by pulling the navel into the belly. So suck that in. That's going to help activate the lower back muscles as well. Because as we pull that in, all of a sudden this whole band of muscle around here becomes active. That's going to hold us up. So already that might be something. Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. All of a sudden we have the opportunity that the chest begins to open. We can roll the shoulders down away from the ears. Our third one is Jalandhara Bandha. We activate that by pulling the chin into the throat to open up the back of the neck and keep the spine nice and long. So you're not dropping your head down, you're just simply tucking the chin in to keep the spine nice and long. So those 3 is going to get you sitting up nice and tall. Let's get the hands and bring the hands onto the knees. Inhale, activate those 3 bandhas, and exhale, lower the shoulders down. And let's just take 5 nice deep breaths here. Close the eyes. Check in with Mula, Udiyana, Jalandhara. And then relax them down if you like. Even if this is already an exercise for you, keep it going. This also brings an internal focus. Yoga is not necessarily about something about showing off these great postures. It's about bringing yourself to yourself. It's not, I heard a lovely thing the other day, it's not about reaching down to touch your toes, it's what you discover about yourself on the way down. And that's a wonderful thing. Connecting to these 3 things is a perfect little practice to do. So once we've set that mood and we've found our locks, we can simply drop the left ear down to the left shoulder. Inhale, pick that up again. Right ear down to the right shoulder. And just let the weight of the head guide your motion. You should feel the sides of the neck slowly starting to stretch out. Inhaling to the top, exhaling to the side. Inhaling to the top, exhaling to the side. Come back to center, carve a line with your nose and look up. And exhale, look down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bring the face back to a neutral position. Then open up the palms towards the sky. Bring the thumb and the forefingers together. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, roll the shoulders back and down and then forward. And give the shoulders a nice, test the integrity of that ball and socket joint. As you roll them 3 ways in one direction, then change direction. Roll them 3 in the other. Maybe inhaling to the top and exhaling down to the bottom. You're going to take the hands down, place the palms on the knees, pull the navel in, sit up nice and tall. As you exhale, you're going to round the spine and push out. Inhale, lean the chest forward and open up. Exhale, push back. As you inhale, lean the chest forward, raise the head up. As you exhale, curve the spine. Inhale, open the chest up. And exhale down. And you'll see we're almost like sending a wave through the body. Now if you're okay with this and you want to take it maybe a little bit further, let's start to move in a circle. I like to start anti-clockwise just because that's who I am. And maybe even start with small circles. Just moving the navel around the center line. Inhaling to the front and exhaling to the rear. Change direction, go the other way. It gives you the opportunity to once again roll through the shoulders, to activate the navel, activate the belly, activating Mula Bandha as well. As you might find to do this, you might find that you might start getting a little bit of wind going. Let's change direction. And you may need to burp or fart. And if you do, just let it go. Ayurveda, one of the most ancient medical systems that we have, says if it isn't good for you, get it out. Come back to center. And really, it doesn't matter. It's just wind. And as we twist and as we move around, so it's going to squeeze things and get stuff going. That's good. Force that digestion to start happening. Aid that digestion. Because that will all help get the muscles going and help move any of the toxins out of the body. And take the right hand over to the left knee. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. And then exhale, take the right hand behind you. And let's just open up the chest to the right hand side. Inhale, lengthen the body, and exhale. See if you can open up the shoulders a little bit more and twist, opening up the chest to the right. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist. One more. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Coming back to center. Right hand this time to the left knee, left hand can come next to you or behind you. Inhale, pull the navel in, and then exhale, starting down below the navel. We open up the shoulders to the left, and we take a good twist. One more breath. Inhale, lengthen, pull the navel in, and exhale, twist. Come back to center. Roll the shoulders back and give yourself a little bit of love. Now, if your knees are good, we're going to move on to our hands and knees. If they aren't that good, feel free, maybe pause the video here and just continue to give yourself a little bit, a few rounds like that. Roll out the spine, and that's your 5 minutes for the day. That's phase 1. We'll move on to phase 2 a little bit later. Also, if you like, please subscribe, comment, let me know how you're feeling about this. I'd really like to hear from you. Otherwise, we're going to come up onto our hands and knees. Maybe you want to give yourself a little cushion or a little pillow, something. Maybe you want to take 2, especially if the knees are sore. Get those underneath there. The hands are going to come underneath the shoulders. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Get the thumbs pointing towards each other. And as we dropped the belly earlier, we're going to inhale, open up the chest, and look up towards the sky. Then exhale, tuck the tailbone in, pull the navel in and round the back, pushing with the hands. Inhale down, and exhale up. Inhale down, and exhale up. We find our cat-cows. Take one more breath here. And let's find a neutral position. Pull the navel in so the back is nice and long. And let's push the right leg out. Reach back with that heel and open up the back of the knee. Rooting down with the toes. And if you're ready, let's take the left foot back to me. Let's spread the toes nice and wide. Pull the navel into your plank position. And you want to be pushing with the hands here. Holding yourself up. Root down into the ground. Pulling the navel in and tucking the belly in helps lengthen the back. If this is a challenge for you, if the wrists are sore, drop down to the knees and maybe come up and do a breath at a time. Choice is yours. Just feel what it feels like to be into your body. One more. Then dropping down to the knees, we drop the body all the way down to the ground. Keeping the hands underneath the shoulders, we then look up and then slowly start to push with the hands, pulling the elbows into the body, into a back bend. And exhale down. 3 more of those. Inhale up. And exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale down. Pushing backwards onto the knees. We bring up the bum and then lower the bum down towards the heels and lower the chest down towards the ground as we find our extended child's pose. Roll the shoulders back, root the hands down, pull the navel in to lengthen, and exhale. Just submit as much of the body down to the ground as you can. Breathe nice and deeply here. When you're ready, come back up onto all fours. Scoot yourself around. Destroy everything around you. And that is already a little bit of a yoga practice that you can start with. Let me know how that goes for you. I'm really curious to know. I'd really like some feedback. And then let's start maybe building up a little bit more strength, a little bit more core, and start looking at our breath. And if nothing else, let's get the breath and a little bit of motion happening. And that will be the key to your initiation into yoga. Thanks very much. It's Kev from Diary of a Chubby Yogi. Always a pleasure, friends.